So Qstack is a private, hybrid, and public cloud platform capable of infrastructure management as well. And here we are going to give you a light overview of Qstack, how Qstack is deployed as a private or a hybrid cloud, and how perhaps hybrid cloud is addressing, for an example, shadow IT. And what is hybrid cloud actually? Hybrid cloud is quite of a buzzword these days. We have a lot of different expectations towards hybrid cloud. What does that mean? And I hope to perhaps demonstrate a little bit what hybrid cloud is when it comes to Qstack. So.
This is an on-premise solution, isn't it?
Yeah. So I'll start my overview. Qstack is an on-premise private cloud. You run that out of your data center, on top of your own infrastructure. It's capable of managing your infrastructure, so you'll have total overview of the used infrastructure and how you're utilizing your infrastructure. You'll have cost transparency, as we do chargeback on Qstack. So when you segment down your users, your projects, your departments, you can have total cost transparency of who is utilizing what, and you have user control where you can say who can use what. Qstack is a single pane of glass platform. So saying single pane of glass, I mean that all your infrastructure, all your IT resources are under one hat, under one admin, where you can control usage, control access through one admin. And that means your multiple data centers, your public cloud usage is under one hat, one administrative data control. We have one of the mantra of the company is make IT, and one of the things that we strive to do is to make IT easy. And we are not addressing just the user interface there, where the end user is really capable of servicing himself with IT resources, with everything that he needs to relieve your operations team of servicing out resources, going into command line, configuring a server and handing it out, and having a queue of requests, but your end users actually servicing themselves, taking care of their own needs, and be assigned quotas to limit the resources that they can actually consume. But we also want to make infrastructure management easy. And what we strive to do is to simplify infrastructure management. If you're managing a VMware environment, if you're managing a KVM environment, everything that Qstack does is geared towards making it easy, making it user-friendly, and lowering the barrier for users to actually manage their own environments. Qstack is hypervisor agnostic, so we can run on top of KVM, we can run on top of Xen, VMware, and very soon Hyper-V. We are deployment agnostic. Deployment agnostic meaning we can run on top of any x86 architecture, and now we can actually provision ARM64 processors also. So deployment agnostic, we can deploy on-prem wherever. There we go. It's a bit skewed. Perhaps we'll fix that a little bit. So, sorry about that. is probably going to be better. Yeah. No. Maybe.
Just go to 10, control X, 1024 and then adjust it.
Okay. Like this. All right. So, what we present with Qstack is we've been 7 years in the cloud business. We've operated a public cloud that we stopped operating last month. Basically, what we found is that we were competing with a lot of our customers. We had the public cloud, and a lot of service providers are, for example, using Qstack to deploy their public clouds. So we are a pure software company today. We're a single product company focusing on creating the best cloud and infrastructure management platform there is. We do no compromises on the workload types. We do true bare metal, where bare metal doesn't mean that you go through the hypervisor layer and assign the hypervisor one big VM. We do true bare metal, where you get 100% of the power of your server with the flexibility of managing, similar flexibility of like managing a virtual machine. So what does Qstack mean, for example, for VMware environments? Qstack is out of the box EC2 and S3 compliant on the API level. So that means that all the Yuka tools, all the AWS tools can work with your Qstack private cloud or hybrid cloud out of the box, making it really easy to use development tools or automation tools already available in AWS or Yuka, in the Yuka collection, right out of the box on your public cloud, ready for automation or something like that. But if you have a VMware environment, what it means when you drop a Qstack, the Qstack platform on top of the VMware hypervisor, is that your VMware environment now is EC2 and S3 compliant. So you can use the Yuka tools there also. Hybrid, we're going to touch on that a little bit later, but the hybrid feature, basically in Qstack, it means multi-zone management and public cloud bursting through single pane of glass, where we manage all keys through one interface, and nobody has access to all the keys, API keys that the company has in Amazon. If an employee leaves the company, he doesn't bring with him the API keys and so on. We have built-in analytics, monitoring, chargeback. So we use Logstash and Elasticsearch to monitor everything that happens in the environment, making, of course, creating the chargebacks, but making Qstack ready for showback reporting. So when I talk about deployment of a private cloud, private or hybrid cloud, often we see in our discussions companies that are either deploying some open source framework, spending a lot of time on that, a lot of resources go into that. It's open source, it's free, but when push comes to shove, you need to put a lot of man hours in that. You need to put a lot of resources onto that, and it's going to cost you. What we see, for example, with service providers that are offering environments, is that cloud adoption can be really hard. Cloud deployment is a time-consuming and a really big task. What we have created in Qstack is a really robust platform that is built for high availability and can be deployed within a week's time. So you can have a fully flexed, full feature set in a private cloud platform or a hybrid cloud platform, and it can be up and running in production mode next week. So that is why we say